Oi, 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 Kimusabi here, and today we'll be talking about Euro USD, one of the pairs I took a short on last week. So people really want to know, like, why do I catch like falling knives or the top of a trade, like with no confirmation if I'm catching the falling knife, or when it's at the highs and I just catch for sells. And in this scenario, I basically caught the top of EU. If I guess you look at it on the 4 hour time frame, it looks like pretty much like this. Well, let's go on 1 hour, 4 hour, pretty much the wick, the 1 hour, pretty much the top of that with no confirmation whatsoever. So most people want to know like why and how, but today I'll just explain you guys why, because I'm not gonna go in great detail on how I entered, but I'll explain you guys why it's necessary for basically to enter off of no confirmation or a specific pattern or edge that you have. So the one thing you want to know is that this whole game you're playing is a probability game. So if you know that your win rate is a certain score or a certain percentage off of an edge that you've created and an edge that you've backtested and an edge that you have data on from probably demo or live trading. Now you specifically know when the market is going to turn or bounce from a certain area. Okay, and when I say no, I mean I actually know according to the percentage win rate that I have. All right, you guys following along? What that means is that let's just say I have a 70% win rate on an edge. I actually know that 70% of the time I'm going to win. If I'm executing the edge the same way every single time, I know I have a 70% of winning. The other 30% is a sure loss. All right, and I have to accept that. So if I lose, I already know that it's already factored into the edge. Okay, so why do I take trades without any confirmation? And to be honest, before you even jump to no confirmation trade, I'd highly suggest that you guys start with confirmation, understanding your patterns, understanding when to take the signal and when the signal is going to show you. To be honest, even if this is like a no confirmation type of trade, because all my trades are pendants. I've had this trade pending since the previous day. That means I had a lot of hours just to wait for the market to just tap my pendant and drop my way. And the one thing I could give you guys is that when you guys are trading, it's better if you want to trade in session because it moves rapidly. But to be honest, on my part, I don't really care about trading sessions because my pendant was placed way before I knew it would have been London session. It just happened to just tap during London session and push me into profit immediately. And the next thing you want to know is that once you've mastered your entries and your edge, you really want to get to a point where you don't think about if you should buy and sell anymore. As soon as you see a pattern, you should just execute. That's the next thing. But that was basically my trade on EU. That's all I could say. Because it wasn't nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy for me now. I guess that's the journey. Before I used to get super hype about catching the top and catching the bottom, but now that I understand why and how, it's becoming second nature now. That's not really a surprise anymore. It's nothing that surprises me anymore when it does that. It's like something natural that's supposed to happen because I have the data to back it up. Once you have your own data, and I mean a specific data on how you trade, and it has to be the same way every single time, you cannot, you have to be confident because numbers don't lie. Numbers really don't lie. And once you get to that point, that's when your trading started picking up. Let's just look at the trade on MetaTrader. So this was the trade. This was EU. And this was the top of the trade, like I said. And market came down to an area that I was looking to partial out. And the reason why I jumped out here is because my stop loss was right above this high. And price, boop, stopped me out into profit. This was the exact entry. And once market came into profit, I moved my stop loss at break even. This is why you see the next red. So let's drop down to the small time frame or the 15-minute if you guys like. And yeah, this was the entry. These red dots mean entry, and this is when I was jumping on. And it only shows it like that when you're selling, for whoever knows how to use MT4 on the computer. But all right, that's the next tip too. You don't want to trade off your phone. you really don't want to trade off your phone. It really hurts how it's not good. That's one thing for sure. It's not good. But that's basically it. That this is the proof you guys want to see. It's nothing really to me. To me personally, I could show you guys entries all day, but YouTube channel is really based off of how I could gauge you guys into becoming the best version of yourself. And I don't really think personally that me showing you my entries will get you to that point. The most things that will get you to that point is if you understand how to evolve yourself mentally in the Forex game. And this is why I press on into teaching psychology on a better, deeper level and making you guys aware of your mistakes in the trading game. Because I don't really see people teach that on YouTube, you know. Everyone is just piled up in technical analysis. This is the new thing. This is a new thing. And to be honest, every time you change to a new subject, not even a new subject, but a new technical way how you trade, it's gonna hurt you. Imagine you're trading a specific type of plan for years, and you don't understand why you're not making any money. And throughout all these years, you've accumulated knowledge on that specific system. And one day you see this new shining object, and you take that new shining object. It's like you're throwing the old system in the garbage that actually works. And you never sat down and think about, like, why did the other guy win so much money with the same system, but I haven't won anything? At the end of the day, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and not and say it's you. It's your fault that the system doesn't work. And now you have to down. That's the next level when you take responsibility and you actually try to fix what was the actual problem for you for that growth to not for you to not reach to that certain point. So you got to sit down. You have to sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and take all responsibility. You got to sit down and think, what is holding me back? What is that one thing in this trading game that's actually holding me back? The more you tune in and you see it, the better you'll be. But not a lot of people could self audit themselves. That's why they need help.